Hey, wholeness. Today's video is going to be based on astrology, based on the signature sign astrology. Not a lot of folks cover this aspect, this mathematical aspect. So I hope to, I felt inclined to make a video on it, and this is going to be an introduction to more videos on the signature sign of in astrology. So first is, what is the signature sign astrology? It is a calculation of energies that's tallied up based upon which energies are exalted more and more dominant in the chart. For instance, let's say for me, I got moon in Cancer, so that's an exaltation, and it's done usually in a point system way, where if it's in a more inclined placement per se, which I don't believe in per se, but just for the sake of points and theory and structure, it's all good. It'll get higher points. If it's in a more declining nature per se, it'll get more lower points. But instead of saying declining or inclining, I will use a word. If it's more of a exalted, I would say it's in a more fluent place, intuitive place. And if it's in a more declining place, I'll use a word more of it's a more conscious place where you gotta be more conscious and aware, in general, of that energy. And you gotta think more in the energy. So, signature signs. I got some notes right here too, and etymology and why it's called a signature as well too. Like, what is a signature? Let's say you go to somewhere and get your thumb printed on all, and all that jazz. Your bioprint. This is your spiritual blueprint. This is before you have your ID. Your ID would be your natal chart. Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, Pluto, Lilith, a lot of fortune, series, etc. Which one day we'll get more into as well too. So please subscribe to videos as well too, or we'll be covering the astro, etc. A lot of things people don't usually cover. I intend to cover through this platform of astrology, especially too as well. So yeah, and so think of it that way. The natal chart is your ID card, passport, etc. Right? And your signature will be your actual literal thumbprint or eye scan, etc. So it is before. It is like, even though on paper you can be, sun this, moon that, first name, last name, date of birth, etc. But like that thumbprint is what dominates over the chart, and helps create a connection and bridge to the chart and make it more valid as well too. So with a signature energy, you are further validating what energies you already have in your chart, correspond with the sun, moon, Mercury, Mars, Neptune, etc. in that case. So the next piece is talents. Because of the nature of signature energies is naturally what dominates over the chart, and naturally also is people will naturally have their natural innate talents expounded within this discovery as well too. So that's one thing right there that's very important when it comes to figuring out signature astrologies, is knowing that, because it's kind of like having your signature move. Let's say you're an ice skater, you gotta have a signature move, or you're an artist, or if you're a boxer or something, you got a signature kind of punch, that's just unique to one, and that is also a way to explain the signature energy and why it's so important in the chart as well too. you know so next piece would be also the personality of the signature energy. If I were to personify signature energy, I would consider it is very unique, as in it's very, very mathematical in nature, as in it's more of a mathematical equation to figure out where it is, but at the same time it is very hidden as well too. Naturally, it's not so popular either as well too among the astrological community as well, since you got to calculate it as well, and it's very hidden. Even within a chart, it's very omniscient, as in it's there but it's not there. you know and a lot of folks might have like placements where your sun and your stellium could be in like Virgo, for instance. Then you calculate your signature sign, and you find out it's in like Gemini or something like that. Because of, these two placements right here, you got, Libra and Venus, and you got, you know, Sag and Jupiter. Because of those two strong placements, that's going to dominate the modal nature of the signature, and also it's going to also dominate the modal and the elemental nature of the chart. For instance, for me, I have a Sun in Sag, a Sag stellium. By the way, too, please subscribe later. I will cover also stelliums as well too. I got a Sag stellium as well too, because some folks have a Sun here, but a stellium energy is something different. It's usually side to side. It's usually neighboring because of the nature of the charts. Usually most of the time, and if it's kind of more, if it kind of also tied into generational planets as well too, as far as Pluto and Neptune as well too. But again, yeah, that'll be covered in the next video as well too, though. And back to the signature energies though, where signature energies. I think I have some in my eye as well. I do got a pretty, Capricorn in the sixth house placements as well too. When it comes to just some health and all that, pretty big in health. We also cover health as well too in our channel. So again, subscribe, like, etc. But anyways, back to the energies though, back to the signature energies as well too. Our next piece too is that this is very unique as well too, because with signature energies, sometimes people have ambiguous energies where it's not quite like a cusp energy, as in like, you're Virgo close to Libra, but it can be more like, it can depend on the modalities and the elementalities as well too. Where if it's modalities, it's because it could be for instance, you're Gemini, but you're cusping the other neighbor modality of Pisces, for instance, and that can be an ambiguous energy, or it can be on an elemental aspect where you're a Scorpio signature, which I am, but you're also like tied with the Cancer as well too. So it's very different, and it shows a lot within one's energy as well too. And yeah, it's very hidden, and it also got a very foundational aspect as well to it as well, where this shows where one should seek towards getting there, to going back to the basics of, based on people's chart, be karma, etc., which we all have. And when I start from beginning, one will see their ground zero through this energy as well too. Their foundational, their stomping grounds through this energy as well too. And based on that, aspecting with the sun, etc., and all that, it can be definitely very revealing and discovering for one being as well too. And next piece also is this shows kind of also surprisingly like a social aspect, like a bullying aspect, of how one would bully someone and what area it be bullied based on the energy of it and what house it's in as well too, or vice versa, how one will get bullied, have they got bullied in school, etc., or at home, all based on the houses, as well too. So knowing this stuff, because naturally signature energies is naturally very domineering, it's very dominant. It is the majority wins kind of energy. So it depends on how it plays, that could work with one, or it can be a lot of beautiful lessons to be applied to up spiral in that cycle of karmic life as well too. So I think I covered enough of it right now, but yeah, to wrap it up, pretty much think of it kind of like when you're making a stew or something, and you got all these spices in it, and you put like 2 spoons of this spice or that spice, and not a whole stew or soup, the flavor change completely. And because of that complete flavor change, it can be just 1 spoon of this coriander, or just 1 spoonful of parsley or whatever, and not a whole thing different. It looks different, you put a couple beets in there, looks totally different and whatnot, so yeah, signature energy is very beautiful, and We will definitely be putting up some videos and doing a series on it as well too. So please stay tuned and leave a comment if you want a particular energy to be expounded upon or read upon within this series as well too. You know, a particular house and planet energy as well too, and all that. And if you need help to find your signature sign, one good website would be astroseek.com or something like that. You know, or probably googling signature sign calculator as well too. But we use AstroSeek for that one as well too. And yeah, we can offer readings as well. And yeah, just shout us out, and we'll leave some info in the description below. Give thanks and wholeness.